The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. I am Ed, and I am joined today with Carol. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, everyone.
And then we got Pedro in the background.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing?
All right. Well, if you ain't looked at the stuff yet, I'll just go ahead and say it. It ain't Taco Tuesday today. It's Tesla Tuesday. So it'll be self-explanatory as we move forward. But anyway, tonight for interest groups is ladies' night. So we got makeup and makeup application and skincare with Elisa Donaldson. That is at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then we got a lady support group with Miss Vanetta Davis del Castillo. And that'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So all you ladies come on out, check it out. And like I said, get you some makeup tips and tricks. And then you can go right into having what do we call this, an estrogen fest? I don't know.
Yeah.
All the ladies get together and talk about what they talk about. So, but yeah, no, it's plans to be a good evening. You know what I'm saying? So again, don't forget to come out and hang out starting at 5 p.m. So they're back to back. So once you get in, you ain't got to leave. You just stay right there and go from one to the other. So anyway, a little heads up, when April rolls around, there will be a new Zoom link for the interest groups. Of course, it'll be within the schedule. It'll be within the reminders. But for all of those that are using the dial-in method, Carol,
That's me?
well, not just you. I'm just saying like you.
Okay.
You need to get at me, let me know, whatever, so I can send you the new contact card. Because with a new link, of course, we got new numbers, and we had to recreate all that stuff. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So I want to again, this for you and everybody else that might be listening in that uses that contact card. It will be in the schedule and all that stuff as well. So I don't want to shut nobody out that uses that contact card to get in. So, but yeah, no, we had to create a new Zoom link. So again, with all of that comes all of that. So it ain't just something simple we can do, right? We got to change everything. So, but it's all done. It's all ready to go. So it will be coming out probably this weekend, because we don't have any groups this weekend, nor do we have any groups on Monday. Tuesday would be the first. So probably get it out there early. That way everybody can, get at me that needs that contact card and let me know so I can send it out to them. Again, if you do need that contact card, you can either text me at 909-532-9513. Let me know you need the contact card, or you can email me at info@blindunited.org, but make sure you include your phone number so that I can text you the contact card. All right, Blind United business is done. So anyway, Pedro kind of inspired this. He sent me a headline for Elon and Tesla, and I took that one and I got it done. And then I said, you know what? We're going to make this Tesla Tuesday. So we're going to talk about Elon and Tesla all day long today. So this first one is, and I didn't know. So thank you on this note, Pedro. I thought Elon actually started Tesla. Come to find out he did not.
That's
Here we go.
the misconception. That is the narrative. He has kind of pulled out with his press releases and all that. But
Well, right.
we
Well,
will
I
get into
see.
it.
Right. And well, let's just go ahead and play the article and then we can talk about it on the other side.
All right.
Today on Coffee Time, Elon Musk and Tesla, founder or force of nature. When people hear the name Elon Musk, Tesla often comes to mind. The electric car company and the billionaire entrepreneur have become so synonymous that it's easy to assume Musk founded the company from the ground up. But the true story of Musk's rise at Tesla is a little more nuanced and just as fascinating. Let's set the record straight. Who really founded Tesla? Tesla Motors, now known simply as Tesla, was founded in 2003 by engineers Martin Eberhard and Marc Tarpenning. Their vision was to create an electric vehicle that wasn't just functional, but sleek, fast, and desirable. They laid the groundwork, built the early prototypes, and set the company's original direction. Elon Musk entered the picture in 2004. At that point, he wasn't building cars, he was writing checks. Musk's big investment and a bigger role. In 2004, Musk led Tesla's series of funding round, investing $6.5 million of his own money. This made him the company's largest shareholder, and with that financial power came influence. He also became chairman of Tesla's board. By 2007, tensions were rising. Strategic disagreements and management challenges led to the board ousting Eberhard as CEO. That moment marked a pivotal shift in Tesla's leadership and in Musk's role. In 2008, Elon Musk officially became CEO and product architect of Tesla, positions he still holds today. From that point forward, Musk's influence over the company's direction, product line, and public identity would only grow. Was it a hostile takeover? Some critics have labeled Musk's rise within Tesla as a hostile takeover, but the facts don't really back that up. There's no evidence, legal or otherwise, that his ascent was the result of adversarial tactics. On the contrary, Musk's involvement grew through board decisions and capital investment. He didn't wrest control. He bought in, stuck around, and eventually led. The reality is more about boardroom dynamics and investor clout than backroom battles. The founders' debate. Musk's claim to the title of Tesla co-founder has sparked debate for years. In 2009, a legal settlement officially recognized Musk and several others, including J.B. Straubel and Ian Wright, as co-founders, in addition to Eberhard and Tarpenning. That agreement resolved ongoing disputes about Tesla's origin story. Still, some observers argue that financial contribution and leadership don't equate to founding. Others contend that Tesla wouldn't exist as it does today without Musk's vision, drive, and relentless push for innovation. As with many tech success stories, the line between founder and force of transformation can be blurry. Why it matters. Understanding how Elon Musk came to lead Tesla helps us appreciate both the complexities of business leadership and the way narratives form in the public eye. Musk wasn't there at the inception, but he was instrumental in building the company into a household name. And while the idea of a single visionary founder makes for a great headline, Tesla's real story is one of teamwork, tension, capital, and the calculated risks that come with disruptive innovation. What do you think? Does it matter who gets credit for founding a company if they're responsible for scaling it? Can someone be considered a founder after the fact if their contribution is transformative? And how do we reconcile ambition with legacy in stories like this? Now, back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, again, I didn't know that he was actually not a founder. I thought he actually started it. Again, co-founder. Why did the courts have to, recognize him as a co-founder? I mean, again, the two guys that actually started it, just my opinion anyway, they're the original co-founders. I'm not going to say that Musk's money did not, help move the brand forward, and then eventually he became CEO, right? Matter of fact, he's CEO to this day. But I don't know. Does it really matter? I mean, I think his innovations to what the two founders initially started. They had laid the groundwork, and now he came in with all these various innovations, and it moved the brand forward. It made it the brand that it has become. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, money does wonders, when you got it, and it doesn't when you don't. So, but anyway, did you know he wasn't the creator of Tesla, Carol?
No, I did not know that he was not. Um, I thought that it was like a partnership, he and someone else. I didn't know that there were two original founders, and then with
Hmm.
his money, he just kind of, took over and then became the CEO. And I thought that it was some type of disagreement, with how the company was moving forward, and that's how he became CEO. So, it just goes to show you that if you don't know all the information or the facts, um, rumors can be put out there that are incorrect.
Yeah, that is true. People also believe he had something to do with PayPal. But yes, he did came into the company and did put up the company. The company was valued at a large amount, and he stepped out. But you know, we had different examples of him being aggressive, having that mentality of that GM CEO in the 70s that ended up doing this type of CEO activity, meaning getting rid of workers. We have that example by look how he's what he's doing in the right now in the administration over here, what he's done with Twitter and other things like that. So who's to say what actually happened there? We were not in person, but probably with his money, he was able to push them aside. You know.
Right, right. I mean, but again, it just, according to the article, basically, in layman's terms, he basically bought in as an investor. You know what I'm saying? He bought into the
Mhm.
company. He invested more money than everybody else, and that gave him, chairman of the board position. And then as chairman of the board, of course, that's quite a bit of power right there, right? And
Mhm.
then, now we got the conflict of, okay, he don't like what the co-founders are doing, and he's chairman of the board, and yada yada yada. So they oust the CEO, and then of course, who else to take over but him, right? And now we got him. So I mean, I don't even know when did the first Tesla actually hit the road. I don't know. You figure they started in '03. He took over in '07. So I mean, again, I don't know when the first Tesla hit the road, but uh, again, don't get me wrong. This Tesla, I think, is a great car. Does it still have some setbacks to it? Yeah. The range is not as good as it should be. The charging stations. Again, you know, people want stuff now, right? You go to the gas station, get gas. What does it take you? 5-10 minutes, your tank is full, and you on your way. With these electric cars and stuff, not just Tesla, but all. Just to be fair, it's going to take you a couple of hours, at least, to get a charge to where you can continue on. You're getting more mileage out of a combustion engine than we are getting out of an electric engine. So, that's a that's another issue. So, but they're kind of leading the way. I mean, they're setting the standard. I think they got more range than any other cars, such as the Chevy Volt and all those. Right? I don't know about I don't know a lot about the ones coming out of China. My understanding is a lot of those have a lot of range on them as well, but I don't even know if any of those are over here in the States. I know they're big in China as well as in Europe. They're basically smaller cars as well. So, but again, hey man, he got where he is by using his money, and hey, it's working out for him so far. Well, we'll see because we got other stories that gonna bring more and more to this story as we go along. So, uh, I don't know. Y'all got anything else to add to this? If not, we can move on to some promos and get to the next one.
I don't.
I don't. I think it's about that time, correct? Or am I
We got
mistaken?
about 3 4 minutes, but go ahead. We just
Uh,
get
well,
as much.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know, per se, he got into Tesla, the company, and what is, I guess, what his direction they have built. He has built the company up and made it worth you know make it be popular. But we have to also understand this was from the scientists that work there, the engineers that work in Tesla. They make that happen. They make X happen. You know what I mean? They make the Starlink happen. They make all that happen. And to give him only credit, like he's the genius, um, and then I don't see, how much time does he got? Like, does he have 48 hours that he could be doing this in politics and still be engineering and running and being a team member within these engineers and stuff? Like,
mhm.
he also got caught and something small and trivial, okay? He has put that he is one of the top players from, was it not Diablo? I forgot the game's name, but he said that he's in the top ones, and they had a tournament going, and some pro player was like, "Oh, he plays like he doesn't even know what he's like doing." And he posted that on Twitter. Next day, his account was banned. So, um, to kind of put money and do that and lie about something that small and trivial, gives you understanding a little bit of his character. He has the tendencies to ban accounts that he doesn't like. He has the tendencies on Twitter to like certain comments or tweets from people that may be a little jarring to some. um you know so I guess even his popularity score has gone down to like 30 or 40%. I think Trump's is the same route. That's the same around when Biden left the office. His score was around there too. you know the popular ones are like Bernie Sanders, AOC, overall approval of stuff like that. So, you know, perspectives, just to give out perspectives.
Right.
Um, but one question: have y'all heard of the oligarchy tour?
Yeah,
The oligarch tour. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Let's stop the oligarchy turn.
Yeah, there you go. Stop the oligarchy. And they're breaking records. Even when Trump was holding certain rallies, they already has broke his record on the venues over here in Las Vegas.
Everywhere they're going right now. Bernie Sanders
Yes,
said he's seeing more crowds now than he did when he was running for president.
yes, and they did ask him, but he's like, I'm 80
So,
something, But yeah, and he's
he's
going into red and purple areas.
well, that's where they need to hear what he got to say. So,
Hmm.
Right.
All right. Well, let's jump into these promos because, again, there's going to be more opportunity to continue this basically same conversation.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Did you know that people in third world countries do not have access to canes? The You Can Give initiative gives canes to people all over the world who cannot get canes. The You Can Give initiative not only goes to these countries and gives people canes, but they give people canes and a digital recorder that is solar powered that has instructions on how to use the cane and instructions on how to repair the cane. The You Can Give initiative is a very worthy cause, giving canes to blind people all over the world. If you have a cane that you're no longer using, or a cane that's broken or bent, you can go to youcangive.org and get a shipping label, and you can ship your cane to Jimmy in Tennessee, and he will refurbish it and give your cane to a blind person in a third world country. That website again is youcangive.org.
Okay. First, let me apologize for my raspy throat, a little bit of coughing in the background. I'm dealing with a raspy throat right now. But anyway, so Tisha said, good morning, everyone. And George said that the first Tesla to hit the road was a Roadster, and it came out in 2006. So it actually came out before he became CEO. All right. This next one is actually about Musk's popularity. So let's check this one out, and we'll see where we're at on the other side.
Today on Coffee Time, from eco-icon to political flashpoint, Tesla faces backlash over Musk's political alliances. Not long ago, owning a Tesla meant you were driving into the future, literally. Sleek, fast, and fully electric, these cars symbolized innovation, sustainability, and a progressive shift away from fossil fuels. But today, Tesla's image is taking a sharp turn, and it has nothing to do with range, design, or performance. Instead, it's Elon Musk's growing political entanglements, especially his close alignment with former President Donald Trump, that are causing a wave of disillusionment among Tesla's original base. What was once the darling brand of climate-conscious urbanites is now being seen in a very different light. Tesla owners rethink their ride. For many early adopters, Tesla wasn't just a car, it was a statement. It said, I care about the environment. I believe in science. I support forward-thinking technology. Now, some of those same owners are rethinking what their vehicle represents. In progressive areas across the U.S., Tesla drivers report being on the receiving end of verbal jabs, disapproving looks, and even vandalism. Bumper stickers that once proudly displayed green energy slogans are now being replaced with messages like, I bought the car, not the CEO. In some cases, the dissatisfaction is going further than sticker statements. According to Edmunds, trade-ins of Tesla vehicles, model year 2017 or newer, surged in early 2025, rising to 1.4% of all trade-ins, compared to just 0.4% the year prior. That's more than just a bump. It's a sign of mounting frustration from Tesla's traditional consumer base. Sales slump abroad. The backlash isn't limited to U.S. streets and driveways. In Europe, where public attitudes toward climate change and corporate accountability remain strong, Tesla sales have taken a nosedive. A recent month saw a stunning 45% drop in sales, with fewer than 16,000 units sold across the continent. Analysts attribute the slump not to a lack of demand for EVs, but to a growing discomfort with Musk's political rhetoric and associations. In short, customers still want clean energy vehicles, they just may no longer want them from Tesla. Vandalism and protests escalate. As the political tension surrounding Musk intensifies, some are expressing their outrage in more destructive ways. Reports of Tesla vehicles being vandalized, scratched, spray-painted, or even set on fire have surfaced in multiple cities. Company facilities have also been targeted with graffiti and protests. Dealerships have become flashpoints for political demonstrations, with signs reading, "This is not the future we signed up for," and "Don't let politics pollute progress." Protesters argue that Musk's actions are undermining the very values Tesla once stood for. A politicized response. The situation took another turn when former President Trump publicly addressed the protests, labeling them domestic terrorism. His remarks, far from de-escalating the situation, have only heightened the political temperature surrounding Tesla. Critics argue that such statements risk criminalizing legitimate protest and further polarizing public discourse. Meanwhile, Musk has remained relatively silent on the matter, continuing to align himself with conservative political figures and causes, moves that only deepen the divide between Tesla's leadership and its original core demographic. The bigger picture. Brand identity in a polarized era. Tesla's current turmoil highlights a growing trend in today's marketplace. Brands are no longer judged solely on the quality of their products, but on the values and affiliations of their leadership. For a company like Tesla, built on bold visions and even bolder personalities, this moment marks a turning point. Can the brand retain its innovative allure while navigating the fallout of political alignment? Or has its identity shifted too far for some to reconcile? What do you think? Have you changed your opinion about Tesla based on Elon Musk's political actions? Is it fair to judge a company by the politics of its CEO? And as consumers, how much do the values of leadership influence our buying choices? Join the conversation and share your thoughts. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
So first, let me apologize for the typo, addressing Trump as former president. But anyway, I mean, again, I have nothing against the car itself, Tesla, but I mean, again, your political, the leadership of the company, their political alignments can have an effect on the sales and, the stock and all that kind of stuff. And, let me go here. Elon is doing a lot. He's making a lot of waves right now. He's all in the news about all the crazy stuff he's doing. A lot of people didn't realize, maybe they still don't realize, the actual owner of Home Depot, I mean, he's a Republican. You know what I'm saying? He spent a lot of money on Trump and yada, yada, yada. But see, he's not standing there side by side with Trump. He's not in that spotlight with Trump. You know what I'm saying? So he knows, okay, well, I'm going to spend my money over here, but at the same time, I'm going to be quiet. And that way nobody really knows. I'm going to stay out of that spotlight. Where Elon likes the spotlight. He loves the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? He likes creating all of this confusion and all this other stuff. Look at everything he's done, like you said, whether it be with, Tesla, he went in there and bought his way into the top, you know what I'm saying? With Twitter, jumping in there and buying it and firing everybody and all this other kind of crazy. I don't know. He's an attention hog or something. I don't know. It's, maybe it's his ego or whatever. But right now, he is killing the company. He's just killing the company. I mean, not only that, I mean, his design of the Cybertruck, it's not working. Sales are really, really bad. Number two, in Europe, I believe they've halted sales of the Cybertruck all across Europe. So you can't even buy one of these Cybertrucks over there. So again, it's he, uh, he he needs to figure out what he wants to do, whether it's politics or entrepreneur or something. But he's killing Tesla right now. They've lost pretty much half their value in the last 3 to 5 months. I guess you want to say something, Pedro. I heard you unmute.
Oh well, I was agreeing with you with the Tesla Cybertruck. A lot of people compared it to looking to a trash truck. The way it is built with the back and all that. They were having issues too. Raccoons were breaking windows trying to get into the trucks.
That's strange.
Raccoons. What's in the truck? I wonder.
Maybe looking like a dumpster or trash can. I don't know, but there was little reports about that. And plus there were reports about it catching fire or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, and that's why when that one guy had all the explosives in the back at that one Vegas spot a while back, he immediately jumped on the air and said, "Well, no, it wasn't the batteries because the batteries have been catching on fire. A lot of them Teslas are burning up. Or I'm sorry, the Cybertrucks,
Hmm.
and that's another reason why they pulled them off. Pull them off the lots in Europe.
Hmm.
Well, ain't nothing setting nothing on fire around here. I mean, driving down the street and the damn truck blow up, it's gonna kill up a whole lot
Ooh,
of people.
a
You
lot of
Yeah.
know,
recalls.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, um, what I was gonna say, he's also he had people signing up for a Tesla roaster, one of the muscle cars and stuff, but it never came to fruition. So I don't know what happens. I guess sometimes uh Elon has has sometimes he over promises. He has a tendency to overpromise. Like the roaster never came out. People gave money into it prior it coming out.
Well, no, according to what George is saying, the first Tesla to hit the street was the Roadster, and it came out in 2006. So the Roadster is out there. What
No, they were
he's
talking about the
over.
newer one.
Okay, well, that one's supposed to be debuting, right? It's supposed to be Gen 2 Roadster or whatever.
Hmm.
But also something else that's falling way behind is the complete self-driving mode.
Hmm.
You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's got self-driving, but you still got to be back there behind the wheel. I mean, it's not gonna, can't just dial in where you want to go, and it's gonna exit the freeway, make a
Hmm.
left, go down 5 blocks, turn right, and park in front of Zodi's. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. You
Yeah, I think they should have called it something besides self-driving. They should have called it maybe
driver
something that
assist
says
or
that you need
something,
to monitor, you need to pay attention while it's self-driving. But yes,
something.
yeah, something. But yeah, you're right. He does overpromise. That's one of the other promises he said about the self-driving. That was like 2 years ago. Also, the roaster had to come out like 2.5 years ago. And what else? He has promised to the public that we would have been in Mars by now. He
Well, I mean,
promised this in
again,
the early uh 2010, 11 or 12 around there. He said in 10 years. 10 years has came and passed.
well,
Just noting some things. And you know, I know Tesla stock has been dropping. I seen an interview when with Tesla not that long ago that he was like, I don't know why people are liking and my stock is going down and this and that. Plus I didn't know the White House lawn is a new dealership either.
Well,
Mm.
no, but when you are, best buds with the president, you can get a commercial on the White House lawn. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and this is nothing new. He did it for somebody else when he was in office last time. I,
Okay.
I forget who it was, but he did this basically the same thing for one of his big multi-billion-dollar donors. You know what I'm saying? So,
Wow. Yeah. 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 You know.
you know, your bank account can buy favoritism.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
And
yeah, I mean, he really needs to. I mean, again, he's got a lot going on. I mean, he's got the government he's dealing with that will seem to be his number one priority right now. Uh, you know, uh, then he's got Tesla, then he's got SpaceX, then he's got Starlink, then he's got what is that other one where we're putting the brain chip in you?
the
Uh,
neurochip.
yeah, Neuralink.
Yeah. There you go. Neuralink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, again, dude, there's only 24 hours in a day. I mean, and here we are. We just named off five different things
Hmm.
that you're trying to do. What do you know?
And
I mean, if you gave everybody 2 hours, that's 10 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man.
hmm
I mean, you got to sleep sometime. Well, I don't know if you're on that LSD stuff.
Ketamine.
ketamine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right.
also, man, I seen a video about the kid, about his little kid saying something anonymous, about the presidency and stuff. It was a little weird. I try to find the tape. I sent it to you, Ed.
Okay.
It was uncensored, but they didn't put that in the interview. But there's a clip of the tape. But that aside, yes, I don't know where he finds the time to see oversee all these projects. I guess he may be telling them to give him reports. If it was me, I would need a report on half of the week and the end of the week, or just into the end of the week to see the progress and things like that. But knowing the type of character he is, um I wouldn't get the Neuralink. Um
Well, I wouldn't get the Neuralink regardless. I'm not letting nobody put no damn chip in my brain. I'm sorry. It's just that's
Right.
not gonna happen. You not getting ready to send no electric signals to my brain and make me stand on one leg, jump up and down, and scratch my head. That's just not gonna happen.
mhm,
No, I'm good. I don't need none of that in me. And I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but that's also
mhm,
biblical.
yeah,
When it comes to stuff like that. So
mhm,
now I'm good.
yeah,
I don't need none. Now, I mean, maybe if he can do something to help folks with what was it? This
Dementia, Alzheimer's.
yeah, dementia and Alzheimer's. If it'll help with them, I mean, hey, if I'm already there, okay, come on,
mhm,
let me have that chip so I can have my life back.
Right.
But
yeah,
I mean, I'm good right now. I don't need none of that. I'm fine. So I'm sorry.
yeah. Also, he was under investigation because um when he was doing animal trials, I think like 200 or more than 200 animals died while they were experimenting. And they didn't, I don't know if they didn't report that, but they kind of like that's excessive according to an article, and people and scientists, they were saying that was excessive of animals dying and things like that. So you know just to be aware. Plus, I could see the plan that he may be having. um, he had mentioned before he wanted X to be the all application that takes payments, and you may be receiving payments, and even for voting and other things like that. He wants the
Mm.
app to be an all app. So what uh what would be the other thing of going into government and knowing how the payment systems work, how the social security system work. So what?
Thank God, there's a lot of judges right now are blocking him. All that Social Security information that he wanted, he has no access to. They're not giving him that access. He cannot justify why he needs that access, especially when, I mean, of course, everybody knows who he is, but his little team of hackers that are going in, they want to be anonymous, but yet you want to go in there and pull out everybody else's information.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
why not? That don't make no sense.
So I have a
No.
question, Ed, then, right quick before we cut to these commercials. Um, so I believe, right, in my opinion, when he went to the treasury and all that, and he came in, he's trying to force himself in, and he fired the director, right? Couldn't the
Okay.
director or the person leading that government agency could have pushed back and say, well, you don't have no authority here, go to the courts and then come back after the courts and not let him in?
Well, they tried all that, but he came in with some sort of show of force. Okay, and then eventually, basically, they just locked out all the real workers while they took their hackers and went to work on the computers. Okay,
Mr. Big Balls and who knows
yeah,
what.
right,
Yeah.
all of them. So
Yeah, he bullied them. And who's
yeah,
to say that they didn't get some form of severance pay or something that we don't know about just to get
you
them out of
know,
there? Because all those people aren't going to just be quiet like that. You got to pay
well,
them off.
and not only that, I mean, if you notice as time went on, a lot of the other departments says, "Oh no, you ain't coming up in here." They
Right,
locked
right.
him out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they basically just flipped the script on him. That
Right.
worked in that first initial attack, or the first 3 or 4 different departments or whatever. But after that, these department heads, and the managers and whatever, they all realized, no, he don't have no right to come up in here, and they locked him out. So, uh,
Right. Because didn't
but
he come in like a thief in the night and went
Yep,
and the
like
morale
a
and
yeah,
the
criminal.
that's what
employees were,
he
yeah.
was doing. He gained access, went into some little minimum wage security guard, and said, "Oh, I'm Elon Musk, and I'm here unauthorized, by authority of the president, and won't let me in."
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And now he's in. By the time people came to work the next morning, he done did everything he wanted to do.
Right.
So anyway, let's get into these last couple articles, and I'm sorry, promos, and then we got one more article. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew. So you guys notice
Do you
in
need
there?
to talk?
No, I'm sorry, Pedro. I was just going to comment that you guys notice I mentioned the Blind United Interest Group in there. Well, the reason I mentioned it in that promo is because the schedule is always posted within the Blind United Interest Group on Facebook. So I apologize.
Are you struggling with your mental health? Are you struggling with substance abuse issues? Call the Orange County NAMI Warm Line. That number is 877-910-9276. That number again is 877-910-9276.
All right. Well, this one here is more about what we're saying with Musk having his fingers in all these different pies, right? So anyway, we'll get into this one and we'll close out with conversation on it.
On Coffee Time, should Elon Musk step down as Tesla CEO? Investors weigh in. Elon Musk has been the face of Tesla for over 15 years, steering the electric vehicle pioneer from a niche startup into a global brand synonymous with innovation. But lately, even some of his most loyal supporters are to wonder, is it time for Musk to step aside? While no formal action has been taken by Tesla's board of directors, recent commentary from investors and analysts has brought new attention to the question of Musk's leadership and whether his increasingly divided focus is a risk to the company's future. Investor concerns, the distraction factor. Leading the charge is Ross Gerber, CEO of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management. As a longtime Tesla investor, Gerber has been publicly advocating for a leadership transition at the company. His argument? Musk is stretched too thin. From his role as an advisor to President Donald Trump to managing multiple high-stakes ventures like SpaceX, Neuralink, and the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, Musk's plate is undeniably full. Gerber believes Tesla needs a CEO who is fully focused on the company's core mission, developing electric vehicles, scaling up clean energy, and navigating intense global competition in the EV market. Tesla needs a full-time CEO, Gerber said in a recent statement. The board should have never allowed Musk's Twitter acquisition. It was a major distraction that ultimately affected Tesla's brand and investor confidence. Analyst insight, a call for clarity and focus. It's not just investors expressing concern. Dan Ives, a tech analyst at Wedbush known for his bullish stance on Tesla, has also chimed in. Ives stops short of calling for Musk's resignation, but urges the CEO to clarify his role and recommit to Tesla's roadmap. According to Ives, Tesla's upcoming vehicle releases, including the long-anticipated next-gen Roadster and updates to its full self-driving software, require Musk's undivided attention. Investors want direction, Ives noted. We need clear updates, realistic timelines, and a strategic plan that reflects Tesla's long-term vision, not just Musk's latest venture. What does the board say? So far, Tesla's board of directors has remained silent on the matter. There are no public records or official statements suggesting that the board has asked Musk to step down, nor is there any sign of internal movement toward leadership changes. Critics argue that this silence reflects a lack of oversight. The board has failed to act in the company's best interest, Gerber stated, referencing Musk's recent political affiliations and multi-company commitments. Others see the board's loyalty to Musk as a double-edged sword, an asset during Tesla's meteoric rise, but potentially a liability in this new era of corporate scrutiny. A complicated legacy. To be fair, Musk's influence on Tesla is unparalleled. His relentless push for innovation, his ability to capture public attention, and his financial risk-taking helped turn Tesla into one of the world's most valuable companies. His vision of a fully electric future has inspired an entire industry to evolve. But with great vision comes great responsibility, and increasingly, shareholders want to know that the CEO of Tesla is fully committed to Tesla. Where do we go from here? For now, Elon Musk remains firmly at the helm. But the pressure is mounting. With key investors raising red flags and industry analysts calling for transparency, the conversation about Tesla's leadership future is only gaining momentum. As the EV landscape grows more competitive, with legacy automakers and new players flooding the market, Tesla's next chapter may hinge not just on what it builds, but on who leads the charge. What do you think? Should Elon Musk remain CEO of Tesla, or is it time for new leadership focused solely on the company's mission? Do you think the board should intervene, or is Musk's influence too integral to Tesla's identity? Join the conversation and share your thoughts. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, I think the board needs to intervene. And if they don't, I believe the stockholders need to intervene. I mean, again, I'm sorry, Tesla is not one of the most valuable corporations out there right now. I mean, like I said, in the last 3 to 5 months, their stock has gone way down. I mean, their sales are down 40, 50, 60% around the world. I mean, I think in some places they're even down 70%. I mean, he's just killing the company, you know. Uh, I mean, look at some of the other stuff. I mean, again, I mean, SpaceX, I mean, come on, man. I mean, they got ships blowing up and, other stuff like this. I mean, again, he's just spread too thin. Now, something that caught my ear in this one when they said that the board should not have allowed him to purchase Twitter. So my question is this: did he use Tesla money to buy Twitter, or did he use his own money to buy Twitter? I mean, that's why that statement doesn't make sense to me. I thought he did that under his money, but maybe he just, a lot of his wealth is stock value. So maybe he was able to get a loan by putting Tesla stock up as collateral. I don't know. So
it's interesting.
Yeah. But again, he just spread way too thin, man. I mean, when you're talking about these major, corporations like, Tesla, okay, the innovations and stuff that's going on there, the Gen 2 roadster, again, the self-driving aspect of it. I mean, not to mention, okay, you done came out with a whole line of trucks that are now being recalled, right? That's just one company. Why is it failing? I don't know. Does it have anything to do with him not having enough time to pay attention to it? SpaceX. Okay. He said we was going to be in Mars by now. Okay. Why are we not in Mars? Because maybe he don't have enough time to, oversee what's going on and get us to Mars. I mean, I don't know. So, but somebody needs to step in. This man is not, he's not a master of all things. He just can't do everything. And myself personally, I say, I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. That means I know a little bit about a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not an expert at any of it. You know what I'm saying? He's walking around acting like he's an expert of all things, which he can't be. I mean, I'm sorry, he just can't be. So anyway, that's my take on it. What you got, Carol?
I mean, for me, whenever you have a business, you can be a multitasker. That's a wonderful, wonderful skill. But one of the things that comes with doing that is delegation. If you know that your plate is too full and you keep feeding yourself, eventually you're going to choke. So you have to pass off some of those things to others that may be more skilled, and you have to be open enough to receive criticism or let them know, hey, man, this is not working. Don't you see our stock is going down, or this or that? You have to be willing to listen. And sometimes people with power get that bully mentality to where it's either my way or no way. This is going to work. And so people become, they back down and they don't want to work with this person. They feel like, okay, if I don't do what they say, I'm going to lose my job. But he's got to have some people on the board that will stand up to him and let him know, listen, you've bitten off too much, and we need to find people that can make this get better.
I agree, Carol. I agree. And right now, it just seems like nobody's willing to stand up to him, whether it's his checkbook or now, his influence with the new administration.
Right.
They're just nobody's willing to stand up to him. I mean, these investors that are speaking out, that were mentioned in this article, evidently they're speaking out. Otherwise, this wouldn't even be a conversation, you know. But again, dude, you can't do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
You
No.
can't ride a bicycle, skip rope, and do hula hoop all at the same time. It's just
Right.
it's impossible to do all of that. So anyway, what you got, Pedro? You there with us?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm just listening, and it's true. The more you do, the more the resources, mental resources it takes. A good leader knows to hire team members to take certain roles. Also, a good leader knows when to step back and let the team work and do what they do, and and let them work in their specialized fields. You know, um, so I wonder, does he have any, um, let's say, within the board and all this stuff that he's a part of, right? If there is a provision that if he tanks the stock or something publicly, if there is any repercussions there, I wonder. That's a question to
Well,
ask.
and within all corporations, it's basically that. I mean, again, the board can call for his removal, or the stockholders, shareholders, they can call for his removal. That's within any corporation out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Ultimately, the board and the stockholders, they again, they hold all the power. Yeah, he's CEO. Okay, that means he gets to drive the boat, drive the car, drive the ship, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if he's driving you into an iceberg, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have the right. You have the right to remove him as CEO,
Mm-hmm.
and then put somebody in place that's gonna drive around that iceberg. I mean, again, I agree with what you're saying. You gotta let your team do what they do, but at the same time, your team is to report back to you with what's going on, and then work out a direction. If you hit a stumbling block, you work that out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All that, it's all about teamwork. It's not about letting somebody just have free will to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
right now it seems like he wants to have free will to do whatever. you
And
know
as a stockholder, it's a proxy. They send it out to you in the mail. They let you know what's going on with the board, and you have an opportunity to vote whether, like Ed was saying, you want this to happen or you don't. Not saying that if it's being counted, but
Plus,
you're able to actually participate.
okay, okay. Does I wonder. I think he has majority stock, right, of the
Hmm.
holdings.
well, I think he did, but now with again, if it goes into this thing about putting it up for purchasing Twitter, there might be some sort of clause in there about that. But again, that doesn't mean that you know he cannot. Again, the board as well as your shareholders, all they got to do is show up to a stockholders meeting, and everybody can voice their opinion. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't know if he actually has the majority. You know what I'm saying? As far as stock, most corporations do not allow one person, unless it's the actual creator of the company, to have a majority of the stock. Again, it's not a practice that's out there. They don't want one person to be able to take control, so on and so forth. So I don't know. Being honest, I don't know, Pedro, but I just don't think that's what's going on here. I know he might be one of the major stockholders.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But to be the only, I should say, you know, yeah, I just don't think he owns the majority to where he has carte blanche to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
I just don't think so.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that with him doing these takeovers, as as so called, him being so aggressive in taking veterans jobs, gutting all these other government agencies, you know, um, canceling cancer child research, taking 800 million from the
billion.
Medi-Cal is damaging to a person that is trying to live their everyday life, especially if a disabled person is, trying to work and then getting fired. And then, we had people, and we do know some people too that were on probationary standings within these government agencies, and all them are gone now. And it's sad to say, that people that are trying to make a living getting just fired from an email, you know
Well, just to clarify, I mean, yeah, he initially a lot of those people were let go, but because of some judges
hmm hmm
that are not allowing them to just do whatever they want to do, the majority of those people have been hired back. And the
hmm
sad part about it is, where they call themselves making these cuts to save money, guess what? They actually just cost the government more money because it was a false thing. It was illegal the way they were let go. So therefore, when they came back, the time that they were off, they had to pay them for that.
Ooh,
yeah. Also,
wow.
also a Trump judge was saying that was he couldn't do that and things like that. So I'm glad
Well, and,
that
and
they're
I'm glad.
standing and principle. Also, there's been some statements in the news by this administration, by the press secretary, a little bit on Donald's behalf too, about, well, I am the president, I should be able to set the laws.
No.
I'm paraphrasing is what I'm
Well, I
doing.
got you. I got you. But no, and that's why and I'm thankful for these judges, even though they may be Trump
hmm
appointees, they're not showing favoritism because they got appointed by him. They are what they call true jurors of the law. Okay, they regardless of their party affiliation. If the Constitution, if the law says no, then they standing on that. You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to bow down and take a knee because he appointed them. So I'm so grateful for them. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's a lot of stuff you hear in the news, what they call it legacy media now. They showing all of these headlines, but they're not showing the after effect where these judges are stepping in and putting a lot of stop to that. Okay. Just like all of those folks that just got from Venezuela that got sent to El Salvador. Number one, how you gonna send some Venezuelans to El Salvador? Okay, you're not sending them home. You're sending them to a totally different country, right? And number two, it just came out there were some women on that flight, okay, that were being sent to El Salvador as well, right? That prison, they don't take women. So
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
they were sent back, right? But they said while they were in flight, they heard the guards, whatever you want to call them, right? They heard them discussing the fact that they had received orders to turn around and they were told to ignore those orders. So, bottom line, there's more to come on that story. Stay tuned to Blind United and Coffee Time with Blind United for more as this stuff keeps coming out. Again, we're trying not to be political here, but again, it's just there's so much political, weaponizing going on right now. It's hard to ignore. So, again, please like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, all that good stuff, no matter what platform you're on. Take care of that. And we really, really, really appreciate it. And the folks that once it starts going through their news feed, they'll appreciate it too. So on that note, everybody enjoy the rest of your Tesla Tuesday. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great